Hello everybody and welcome out to Field Fork Homestead. Today on the homestead we're going to be cutting a deer up. We had one brought to us yesterday from my little buddy Eli Tackett. He harvested a 6-point buck down in Lawrence County, Kentucky, and it's had about a 17.5-inch spread on it. And he thought enough of us to bring it up to us, and him and his dad's going to come up in a little bit. His dad's name's Sean, but he's going to come up and help us a little bit, and we're going to work him up here for him. And I think he's going to take him and have him mounted, but he thought enough of us to get us to work him up and put enough faith in us to get his meat the way he wanted it. And we're going to do a little butchering here in a little bit, and we'll show you a little bit of the process of how we do it here in southeastern Kentucky. Stick around and come back and see us. All right, we're back. We've had this deer, they brought it to me yesterday, and we had to go down to the church and cook some soup beans yesterday for the trunk or treat. And Eli and his daddy Sean brought this deer up, and we got it out of the cooler. We put it in there overnight, let it chill down a little bit because just didn't have time to skin it last night. But we're going to get started skinning this deer here, and I'm going to try to do this and keep as much hair off of it as possible. But the reality of it is you're going to get a little bit on it, and you're going to have to work around it and try to trim it off. And she'll video a little bit more here. I think Eli's pretty close to getting here. And I'm going to get started on it, and they'll be here in a minute, and we'll show you the process as we go down with it. And you want to, what I found, you want to take your knife and you want to kind of go up. You know, you want it out. That way you're not cutting hair. You know, you're cutting through the hair. You're not cutting the hair. That way it minimizes getting the least amount of hair on it as you can.
And you're using a really sharp knife.
This knife, I love this knife. This is an Outdoor Edge Razor Max, and I love these knives. This is the best knife I've ever found for skinning hogs, skinning cattle, or skinning deer, anything. And I really like this knife for skinning. They have exchangeable blades, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything of that nature. It's just the knife that I like. And we also use Victorinox semi-boning knife, and we have several different Victorinox knives. I really like those knives, but this one here, as far as skinning, they stay really sharp. And if you just, if it gets dull on you, just throw the blade away and get you another one. And this is just the way I do it. Not everybody does it the same. This is the way we do it here on the homestead. Like I said, you want to try to keep as much hair, I do, as I can off the meat. Now let's take my time with it.
You're going to work that leg up. Will you move to the other leg, or will you go on down? How will you do it?
Once I get it started skinning down, I'll just keep right on going down. But I want to try to I'm taking my time, and I'm going to try to keep as much hair off of this animal as I can. Like I said, you're going to get a little bit. Okay. Ain't nothing you can do about it. But you can try your best.
Once he gets around that leg, we'll come back and show a little bit more.
Right. All right, we're back. We're going to start breaking this deer down. We've got him clean, got the hair off of him best we can. And we're going to break this ham down and break it down into quarters, and we'll get started. Happy's here with me. We're going to just go right down. I'm gonna have to get my saw over there. And there's one hand. We're going to do the other the same way. We'll get back with you. What I'm doing right now is I'm just taking this rib meat off. This is going to go into our grinding. All right, we're back. All right, we got this is a back strap. I've got the silver skins removed, and I've got a little pile cut up. And we're gonna cut this into steaks, about 3/4 inch thick. Alicia's got a little pile of the tenderloins, the inner tenderloins out there on the fry. This is a real tender. This is the second tenderest piece of meat on the deer. And she's frying the most tenderest piece. As you can see, that's a real pretty little piece of meat. And we're going to work the hams up. We're going to work them up. And we're going to do some jerky out of those. And we're going to have some trimmings.
Want some burger too.
Burger. We're going to have some burger. We'll show that process.
When you said silver skin, what does that mean?
That's this looking stuff right here. The silver part. We take all that off.
Why?
Because it's tough for one, and then that gives it more of a gamey taste. So we want to take as much of that off as we can. All right, we'll get back with you here shortly. All right, we're back in here. Alyssa's wrapping some of this deer meat up. And she's over on the wrapper. I ain't the best filmer in the world. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we got some jerky cut up. And we're putting about 2 good handfuls per pack. We double wrap ours. We don't vacuum seal. We wrap it in white paper and then we double wrap it with cellophane wrap. And we'll get back with you in a minute when we get ready to do the grindings. Make a deer burger. This is the first grind. And I'm putting a little boneless pork chop, little pork trimmings in there. And I'll up the fat content on it to make it real good. We'll grind this twice. Ready? Mm-hmm. All right, we went through our second grind, and now we're going to bag it up. We're putting it in the sausage stuffer, or the bagger. And we're going to run it out in bags, and we'll show you what it looks like once it comes out in the bags. About to get her wound up here, and then we'll start our cleanup process, which is the longest process of the whole thing, is getting everything cleaned back up and put away. That's the hard part.
The worst part.
The worst part. Everything has to be bleached and Cloroxed and washed and put back up. But we'll get back with you once we get it all bagged up. This is our good deer burger we made, and what we done, we put a little ground pork in with it, the fat, to make it better. And this sure is going to make some real good deer burger or chili or meatloaf. Whatever you want to use it for. And we'll get back with you in a minute.
Goes to the store. I guess that's going to the store.
Well, good job, huh?
Only way to go. I can hold it. Let it come loose.